What was goody, everybody? Welcome back to another video with your boy Young Homie TC. Today we are reacting to a video titled Clavicular is the first male to male transgender. You heard me right. The first male to male transgender. Let's get it.
Clavicular is the world's first male-to-male transgender, and after his nose surgery, I think I can finally talk about this because let's keep it a buck. Is this not all just gender-affirming care? The whole modus operandi of looks maxing is to ascend to the Chad status, and what really is a Chad? Just an evolved male. And when you're getting surgeries to affirm this evolved male ideal, is that not gender-affirming care? That's what they use for trans folks. But I just want to talk about this because Clavicular just got his nose.
Look. He's one of those dudes. Whoever made the video is one of these dudes that likes, pulling the absolute, most drastic shit and trying to link it together. But for the first time, I'm going to say he is right. Because as a man, bro, if you got to go through all these surgeries to make yourself look good, there's really no difference between you and the people that go through the gender reaffirming surgeries, because now you're trying to look smash to the best possible way, to the best possible
It's not what he thought. The grass is not always greener on the other side. And I just wanted to ask the question, should we be romanticizing and promoting plastic surgeries? Because at the end of the day, self-love is the strongest thing you can have. And Clavicular is truly the antithesis of self-love. His entire career was spawned from his own insecurities. We got some interesting tea to talk about today, twins, so just come tap in. Comment for the algorithm.
bro, a grown man saying we got some interesting tea to talk about today, twin.
Look, bro, I know this video is about what you call it, clavicular male to male transgender surgery, but bro, maybe you need some testosterone too, my boy.
To give
Maybe
you
you
guys
need
some
some
context,
testosterone too, my
Clavicular
boy.
got 2 new surgeries recently, a rhinoplasty and an otoplasty, if I'm saying that correctly, which is a nose and ear surgery respectively. And this nigga decided to go to Dr. Miami for the nose surgery.
Yeah, he tripped.
Plastic surgery is just something I didn't expect out of Clavicular. He was doing things like bone smashing and stuff. And when you're doing things like bone smashing, I guess you set the bar so high that you forget about plastic surgery. I guess that was 2010s. In the Grand 2-6, we inject our did and we take peptides.
Nobody on Earth is perfectly symmetrical. We know that, right? Everybody is slightly asymmetric. Nostrils are like sisters or brothers. They're not like identical twins, all right? Your left nostril is slightly wider than your right nostril. Both of them are just slightly wide by like perfect, beauty standards, right? Okay.
And just keep in mind, like, Dr. Miami literally talks about the beauty standard and he talks about one nostril being wider than the other, but honestly, bro, that stuff is really stupid. As humans, we're not perfectly asymmetrical.
I've been trying to say this, bro. Like, everybody that's falling for the look smashing stuff, right? They think that the whole goal is to be the most, symmetrical human being on. No, bro. If you've noticed, the people that are too symmetrical kind of give you that uncanny look, bro. They kind of give you that. And girls always have this have a thing to say about them people, saying, "Oh no, he looks too weird. Oh, he looks, strange. He looks." They're always gonna have something to say about that type of nigga. But if you got slight asymmetry on both of the sides of your face, bro, it kind of also sometimes makes you look more unique, and sometimes unique makes you look more attractive. People don't get that, bro. They do not get that, bro.
Might have a longer arm than the other, and even if you're not perfectly symmetrical, does that mean you're not beautiful? Hell no. And I think that's what really makes.
There's so many people who got asymmetric faces that are considered, super bad or super attractive or super handsome, bro. Y'all don't be peeping that. How many actors have, asymmetrical faces that girls are going crazy over? How many females got asymmetrical faces that boys are going crazy over?
Clavicular, such an interesting specimen to talk about. This guy is
the specimen is crazy.
Embodiment of insecurity. He does all of these things because on a fundamental level, this guy hates himself. No grown-ass man who loves himself is going to be having a conversation with Dr. Miami about how they can fix their nose. And like I said in my video about natural selection,
I don't think he necessarily hates himself. I think he's just brainwashed by trying to be the most handsome. You know the story of Dorian Gray, bro. He kind of gives me like he wants to be Dorian Gray. He wants to be the most handsome individual ever, bro. Oh, or he doesn't want to be the most, but he wants to be as handsome as he possibly can. And there's no, there's like, bro, as he's seen before he got to, the amount of wealth that he has now. Back when he was doing all that crazy looks maxing and he had all them drugs in his, not drugs, but all that juice in his system to make him, beefy. Girls will still pick an uglier, richer person over him just solely off the fact that that person has money. That's why I'm like, bro, Clavicular, you've ascended to a point where you are going to get attention from girls without the money. So now you have the money. What is the issue? Why are you still doing the extra stuff to your face? There's no point of doing any of that stuff, bro. There's no point of doing any of this. Nobody needs to be perfect, bro. Like, maybe I'm tripping, bro.
And they're next on the chopping block, bro, because this just isn't okay. This type of self-hating, self-insecure content is just being pushed on such a wide spectrum. And I'm saying niggas are on the chopping block because this is just leading to destruction.
Dude, he looks
you
so
will never
weird,
be
bro.
okay in your body if you're constantly looking for something to fix. You have to enjoy your features. And Clavicular's content is basically brainwashing niggas into not accepting who they are. His whole goal is to prove that pretty privilege exists, and it does. But you can get pretty without putting peptides in your body. You can start looking good without getting rhinoplasties from Dr. Miami. Doesn't Dr. Miami do BBLs? The nigga went to the
Yes,
BBL
bro.
surgeon for the nose surgery. Do y'all see how Looney Tunes that is? That is some clown behavior.
That's what
All
I'm
I'm trying to say, bro, is that
bro.
if you want to really start looking good,
Out of all people that, if he really wanted to do this nose surgery, bro, out of all people that do nose surgeries, why go to the dude that does BBL? Why go to the dude that's known for doing BBLs? Why go to the dude that was just getting, that was just getting bashed on the internet, bro? Go to somebody else, bro. Sometimes these niggas do not think, huh? Sometimes these
I'll
niggas do
give you the
not
first
think.
step. Work out every day and mold your body naturally. Don't hit the gym, do your push-ups, do your sit-ups, and you'll start seeing progress from there. You're not gonna see progress getting nose surgeries from the BBL man.
Look at him, bro.
You and everyone in the chat.
He can't cope with the mistake that he just made. Like, he knows deep down inside that, bro, I messed up, bro. My nose looked way better. I looked way better before I did this. I nerfed myself. That's how he feels. And that's why he's going so hard on this chat when they're telling him, like, bro, it's way too small. No, 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 no. And high chances he's going to go and get it done again, bro. How much y'all want to bet? He's going to go and get it done again. This is what y'all need to learn about this plastic surgery shit, bro. This is what y'all gotta learn. This shit is not. It doesn't always work in y'all favor. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, I'm gonna get pleasure. I'm gonna look better. No, bro. You never know how it's gonna turn out, bro. Same way you don't know how your haircut is gonna turn out. Sometimes your haircut comes out clean as hell, but sometimes the barber makes a slight mistake. He pushes your shit back. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. You gotta think about this shit like a haircut. If every haircut you got was 100% perfect, then I'd say whatever, bro. But the fact that haircuts aren't even 100% perfect. What makes you think that somebody can get your nose 100% perfect?
But it does because Clavicular hates himself. And remember when I told you about gender affirming care? These are all surgeries to affirm his identity as a male. This is truly the first male to male transgender, because how many surgeries do you need to feel like a man, my nigga? Not saying that's a bad thing, but let's just call a spade a spade. Look smack.
Bro, it's not even that he's trying to do it to feel like a man. He's doing it because he wants to look like the best possible version of himself. And there's other ways to do that with it. Because I feel like if you have to go through plastic surgery, that's not the best possible version of yourself. You're making yourself look like somebody else entirely. That's how I feel about it. If you gotta get plastic surgery, bro, it's no more about trying to look like the best possible version of you. You look like somebody else entirely now, bro.
Is essentially a white supremacist guide to transitioning as a white male. That might be revolutionary. And as you can see on the before, his nose kind of flares up while in the after it goes down. And honestly, I think the before photo looks so much better. He seems like he has so much more life in him, and the nose, it was also unique to him. But the other nose is based off of like white male beauty standards. He's trying to fit some type of criteria, and that instantly makes the nose go down in points for me. And that's low-key the issue issue with some of these cosmetic surgeries. Everybody wants to look a certain way, or we have these beauty standards that people idolize and pedestalize, and when everybody gets it, now you got drones, now you got Buzz Lightyear toys. The nigga Clavicular is turning himself into a Buzz Lightyear toy. And yes, this may be like a Chad Buzz Lightyear toy, but you're still a Buzz Lightyear toy, my nigga. You're still a robot, you're still a clone, you're still one of a million toys that could be picked. So for all you niggas listening, just be yourself so you don't turn into a drone or a Buzz Lightyear toy that could be available at any local Target.